Thank you, Melinda. Welcome to Sports News. Nigeria's under-20 women's side, the Falconets, have settled in the French city of Rennes ahead of their last Group D clash with China at the FIFA World Cup. The team will continue with their preparation for the all-important game against the Chinese as they seek to reach the quarter-final of the tournament. Christopher Danjuma's girls know that progression depends on avoiding defeat in the game. The Falconets have 3 points and are in second position in the group due to goal difference. Meanwhile, Tottenham Hotspur opened their English Premier League campaign with a 2-1 victory over Newcastle with goals from Jan Vertonghen and Dele Alli. Elsewhere, Bournemouth spoiled Cardiff City Premier League return with a hard-earned 2-0 victory, while Fulham also began their campaign with a 2-0 loss to Crystal Palace at Craven Cottage. Maurizio Sarri's reign with Chelsea started with a convincing 3-0 win against Huddersfield Town as goals from N'Golo Kante, Jorginho and Pedro Rodriguez gave the Italian manager his first 3 points in England. Watford made a winning start too, beating Brighton 2-0 at Vicarage Road. And Gerard Piqué has confirmed that he will not play again for the Spanish national team, despite his former Barcelona coach Luis Enrique being appointed as coach. Piqué declared his intention to quit international football after the 2018 World Cup following a qualifier against Albania in October of 2016, saying he was tired of repeated criticism from supporters and the media. The outspoken Barcelona-born defender has never enjoyed the same rapport with Spain supporters as his international teammates, and he has often been booed at games due to his repeated jibes at Real Madrid and his support for a referendum on Catalan independence. And 19-year-old World Cup hero Kylian Mbappe was back in training for club Paris Saint-Germain alongside teammate Neymar on the eve of the Ligue 1 season opener against Caen. Mbappe scored 4 goals for Les Blues in Russia, whilst his Brazilian fellow forward had a disappointing tournament, but it was all forgotten as the pair joined the rest of the squad for training at the club's centre outside Paris. Coach Thomas Tuchel, who was delighted to have both players return to the team, praised Neymar's creativity on the pitch, but refused to say he was the team leader, insisting that players across the pitch can adopt the role. Now, in other games, MotoGP World Champion Marc Marquez will start the Austrian Grand Prix on pole position for Honda after beating Italian Andres Dovizioso's time by just 0.002 seconds in qualifying. Marquez set a time of 1 minute 23.241 seconds on his 7th lap to edge out the Ducati rider by the smallest margin in the electronic timing era since the 2003 German Grand Prix. Dovizioso's teammate George Lorenzo took 3rd spot on the front row for the race at the Red Bull Ring. And we end sports news on the racetracks. That's sports news tonight. Many thanks for watching. Back to Melinda.
Many thanks, Kayode. And just before Mali's presidential election goes into a runoff on Sunday, supporters have protested in the capital, Bamako, and they are asking voters to resist any form of electoral malpractice. The first round was marred by accusations of fraud and attacks by suspected militants that prevented thousands from voting. Opposition candidate Soumaïla Cissé, who got through to the second round with more than 17% of the vote, is standing against President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta, who got 41% and is favourite to win.
Mali's opposition leader, Soumaïla Cissé, will battle it out for the presidency in a runoff on Sunday, without the support of the first round's 3rd and 4th place finishers. This will affect his chances of defeating President Ibrahim Boubacar Keita, who is seeking a second term. 73-year-old President Keita won the first round in July with over 41% of the vote, but failed to get enough votes for an outright win. Cissé finished second with nearly 18%. He alleges that there was widespread fraud in the first round and was trying to unite the other 24 candidates behind him for the runoff.
We feel bad about it because we had confidence in our justice system. But what they have just said is everything but the truth. On behalf of my party, we're not proud of this injustice. We disagree with this verdict.
Keita's camp denies there was fraud, and the Constitutional Court on Wednesday upheld the results.
I'm going to vote for President Keita. I'm going to give him my vote because I like him. I like him a lot. Let him do his 12 years. Give him a second mandate to do more work. This is not war. I think we still need to give him another mandate to finish the project he started.
Armed attacks and other security incidents disrupted voting at about the fifth of polling places in the first round and prevented around 3% from opening at all, casting doubts over the legitimacy of the election. Turnout was just over 43%, in line with a historical average that is the lowest in West Africa. President Keita's term has seen widespread ethnic and jihadist violence that has dramatically worsened since he won the last elections in 2013.
In the United States, more than 21,000 people have been evacuated from the path of a wildfire in Southern California. The evacuation orders were issued as the blaze, named the Holy Fire, threatened homes around the Orange County. The fire, one of several across the state, has destroyed more than 19,000 hectares of forest north of San Diego. And the main news again. Violence broke out today at some polling stations in Kogi State as INEC held by-elections in 4 states to fill vacant positions in the National Assembly and 1 state House of Assembly. Also today, the APC in Kwara State asked the Senate President, Dr. Bukola Saraki, to emulate Senator Godswill Akpabio and resign his position in the upper legislative chamber following his defection from the APC to the PDP. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Melinda Akinlami.